Some experiences are best shared from a personal perspective. That is why today I am doing this video alone. Yes, this is our YouTube channel, family YouTube channel, but my black chocolate husband is not here with me to entertain you or educate you. Please, you guys. Of course, they are making sure that everything is rolling just fine for this video and keeping Abiola away from disturbing, obstructing, or coming in the way of me recording this video. What I'm sharing today is something really personal. It's true, we had a son together. We're in this parenthood thing together. We're in a marriage together. We are building a family together. But there are things that you experience them personally. You have to have your own personal experience, even in the relationship that you are. So today I'm sharing my personal perspective on motherhood. What is motherhood teaching me, or what has it been teaching me since I started making babies, bringing human beings into the world? Before I delve in, did you notice my head wrap? I am not very good at head wraps though, but I tried, getting something out of this. I hope it's beautiful, but I know it looks good on me too. I didn't want to wear my wig because it's really hot in Yaoundé these days. If you live in Yaoundé, you must have noticed the climate change. It's super hot. So I didn't want to wear a wig that would touch my shoulders and keep me uncomfortable. So now let's move into what I really want to talk about. I want to share with you today 5 things motherhood is teaching me. So go nowhere, subscribe to this channel as we roll. So my number 1 thing motherhood has taught me is sacrifice. Yes, sacrifice. When you start making babies, start bringing human beings into the world, you become very sacrificial. You will put your babies first. Each time you want to make a decision, you will think about them first. Each time you want to purchase something, you will ask yourself, does my baby have milk? Does he have clothes? Anyway, I don't know about you, but it happens to me a lot. I remember one time when I just had a son, my husband gave me some money. It was around the Women's Day, 2022. Women's Day 2022. He gave me some money to get some stuff for myself. And he told me, this money is your Women's Day gift. Do something for yourself with it. I was so happy, took that envelope, went to the market some few days after that, and I had plans on what to get for myself, but as soon as I got into that market, my plans changed. I started seeing baby things, male stuff. I started seeing things that Abiola will need, and I'm like, oh, my son will like this. He will need this toy. He will need this book. He will need this clothes. And that's how I spent that money on buying everything just for Abiola. Came back home, a few days later, my husband's like, so what did you do with the money I gave you? I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that for myself, but I had to get some things for Abiola. He said, that's your business. I wasn't giving you the money for him. I was giving you the money for yourself. But to me, it was a sacrifice that I had to make because I saw the need. When I got to the market, I remembered that he actually needs that, even though I had not made provision for it. So to us mothers, for me anyway, I can sacrifice my needs so that my son's need could be met. To me, that's one of the things motherhood is teaching me. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section. Number 2 of what motherhood is teaching me: safety and security. As mothers, we are protectors. We want to guide our children, we want to look out for them, want to watch over them, even though we are not omnipresent like God. We cannot be present 24/7, but by nature, we want to ensure their safety and their security by motherhood instinct. So I begin to look out for things in the house that can harm him or could harm him. I make sure that we do not keep knives at arm's length. We do not keep breakable things that he could actually pull down and break and later on harm himself. We begin to everything, you put things that are harmful away from his sight, because Abiola is very smart. The guy grows like mushroom. He is tall and huge. So even the table where we keep stuff in the room and in the living room, at a point I thought he would not reach there, but he gets there like nothing. He will just go close to the table, lift up, he will tiptoe and lift up his heels and just send his long hands and he'll grab something. So by motherhood instinct, I began looking out for him. Even when he started crawling, I made sure that the house was reset. We pulled some things back, removed some other things from the living room that could actually, be a barrier to his crawling. And my husband is a photographer and filmmaker. That sometimes he will come back home and he will keep his photography equipment. That could actually cause him to fall, or he could destroy the equipment. Because you're not just looking out for the safety of the child, you're also looking out for the safety of your property. We bought a TV one time, let me tell you. We bought a brand new TV, quite expensive TV. We shipped it from China, and we made sure that we actually hung the TV right up where he would not reach. Initially, we wanted to put it, let the TV sit on the TV stand. But again, we thought, with this child in this house, it means we want to buy another TV by tomorrow. But guess what? Right now, Abiola is almost getting to the wall level where we hung that TV. Still talking about security and safety. As a mother, I have also learned that it's not everything that I will eat. Especially breastfeeding mothers, you will bear with me. If you're a breastfeeding mother watching this right now, you'll know that it's true. Looking out for the safety of your child, their health is very important. Their system is still very fragile and tender. So what goes into them is very crucial. You want to check out what you give them to eat, how you make their food. For instance, breastfeeding. While I was breastfeeding, there are things I could not eat. I had to research, I had to read widely on the internet and ask some pediatricians, some other experienced mothers, and look up for things that are harmful to my child if I eat them, because he would take them through breast milk. And equally know the kind of things, the quality of food, of nutrients I should get into me so that I could give him through breast milk. It's garbage in, garbage out. If you eat garbage, you breastfeed your child with garbage and he will not grow healthy. So talking about security and safety, you want to be sure that the food he eats through your breast milk is safe. Is it healthy for him? You will not drink anything. You know that at a certain age or till a certain age, you will not drink alcohol, because alcohol is not good for your child's growing brain. So I even wine, I avoided anything. And I had some family member like, even small wine, you would drink. I'm like, no, I am breastfeeding. I will not drink it. So it kept me on my guard. Each time, my husband can tell you, each time I wanted to eat something, I will Google it, like, can a breastfeeding mother eat this? And he would laugh at me sometimes, like the research mom. He gave me some names that I'll become a consultant for other mothers, because I made sure that everything that went into my system for the baby to breastfeed from me was checked, was safe, and was healthy for him. And talking about safety too, when he started having solid eating food by himself, everything that I cooked for him was well researched, was properly cleaned. I made sure that he had the right amount of nutrients, a balanced diet, the right amount of carbs, the right amount of proteins, the right amount of minerals. So each time I want to prepare a meal, I will read about it. What kind of nutrients am I giving to him? Is it balanced? When should I give him some kind of fruits? So all of those things, as a mother, it comes naturally. I don't know about fathers, but except maybe single fathers who are full-time taking care of the child. But as a mother, it's a natural motherhood instinct. It hits you. What am I giving to this child? Is it safe? It's my environment secure for the child to crawl and move around, experiment, because we cannot stop these children from experimenting. Next, one other thing motherhood is teaching me is that you will revisit your priorities. In fact, I revisited my priorities when I started having children, making human beings. Before I got married, let me tell you, I was career driven before I even met my husband. All I wanted to do is just go high, make money, achieve my dreams. But when I met my husband, I think that meeting the right man to contribute a lot in reshaping your priorities. When I met my husband and we got married, started having children, I started rethinking that, is it really worth it pursuing a white-collar career to the detriment of your family? So I put family and career on a scale. Which one weighed more? Which one is more advantageous at the moment? Because career-wise, I can always fall back on my career. But family, raising children, educating these kids, a time will come when it will be so difficult to inculcate in them the kind of education that you want them to grow up with and the kind of cultures you want your family to have. So at a point, I had to revisit my priorities. I told myself, you know what? I can always find other means, other ways to earn money from home. So I started looking out for jobs that would permit me to work from home, so I can actually have an eye. I could be present more for my child and for my family, making sure that I know how he is growing. I monitor the kind of things he does. I control his habits, help him develop a right routine, help him build the right culture. With books, he reads. He has books which he already knows that this is my bookshelf and I should read a book at night before I sleep. So when it's that time, he pulls me towards his shelf and like, there. And I know that he wants a book. It's a culture that I am trying to build in him. And I think that I will not be able to do this if I am, let's say, 95% career driven at this season in my life. Life is all about seasons. I am not telling you to abandon your career. It depends on you, on your priorities, what you want to achieve for yourself and for your family. But right now, I want a family that is well groomed. I want children that are well cultured. So I will give up a certain job for my child. I remember one time I had an opportunity to travel out of the country for a training. Abiola was about 4 months and I had to travel when he'll be 5 months old. And I asked myself that, should I really take that opportunity? I'll be out for over a month and I will leave behind my 5-month-old boy breastfeeding. What do I do with him? So, at the time, he was not welcoming artificial milk formula. He was not very friendly to it. So he depended a lot on breast milk. So I just had to let go of that opportunity. And I told myself, you know what, Renette? It's fine. It's painful. This is something you love, but this child, you love the child more than your job. So it's all about priorities. What's more important to you at a particular season? Because this season would definitely pass very soon. When I stop having children, I can always fall back to my career and pick it up for whatever I stopped and catch up with the growing technology. Okay, somebody might say, but get a nanny, you can get a nanny, you can go to work, pursue your career while the nanny does the work. No, it's true, I have a nanny, but I'm still home. I work from home right now. I work for an organization, but I work from home full time. At the same time, it gives me the opportunity to see how the nanny is taking care of the child. It helps me teach the nanny how she should take care of my child. It helps me keep an eye on everything that's happening till a certain age when the child is independent and can look after themselves. Because you cannot forgo your responsibility as a mother in the hands of a nanny. You might want to wake up one day, your child is a total stranger to you. So it all depends on you. What do you want out of your family? What do you want? Remember, garbage in, garbage out. Next thing is motherhood is teaching me communication. Especially communication without words, non-verbal communication. These are little human beings till a certain age, maybe till about 2 or so, when they can really talk well and express themselves. You have to help them figure out what they need and what they are trying to tell you. So it has helped me to be more aware of sign language. Should I say that? Not really sign language, of non-verbal communication, yes, of non-verbal communication. For instance, when Apiola is wet, he becomes restless. When he has pooped on his diaper, he becomes very uncomfortable. He gets so uncomfortable and he would not want to sit down on the couch or anywhere because he feels that, wetness in his bum bum. So when I notice it, I know that something is wrong. Either his diaper is so soaked in, I need to change it. So once you change it, you realize that it becomes more relaxed. He can sit and he can play. So motherhood is teaching me to be more observant and learn non-verbal communication. Sometimes you just look at him, like he likes Coco Melon. He used to like Coco Melon, but right now, I don't think Coco Melon is his favorite cartoon anymore. Right now, if you give him his tablet with Coco Melon, 3 seconds, he will stop it. He knows how to leave the video, like to go back on the home screen. He will just press the button back to the home screen. You will play the Coco Melon again, and he will still, like 2 seconds into it, he will go back to the home screen. He's telling you something that I don't want it. It's boring. I've had enough. So I downloaded other cartoons for him and other, things for children. And he started loving those other things. When you play the videos on his tablet, he'll spend some time on it. The moment you put Cocomelon, he'll press the home screen, the home button, and it will take him back to the home screen. He's trying to communicate something that I do not want it. But if you're not observant as a mother, you will not pick those signs. So it actually teaching you how to help your child meet their own needs. Sometimes they do not actually know how to say water, but he knows that I can point at something. I taught him how to point by actually saying something and pointing to what I am actually trying to show him. So when he wants that thing, he holds me by my hand and takes me to that place and points. One other thing, or one last thing, it's not the last, there are so many things motherhood is teaching me, but today I chose just these 5 things to share with you. Number 5 thing motherhood is teaching me is sharing. Yes, you have to share. When my baby came, I just had to share him with my husband. You have to share your bed with your child, because at a certain age, Abiola stopped sleeping in his cot. He just hated the thing. You put him there, he will not sleep for up to 30 minutes. But when you put him on your own bed, like on my own bed, he will sleep for long. You have to share your body with him because he needs to breastfeed. You cannot withhold it. I've read about some mothers who give birth and do not want to breastfeed because they are afraid that their breast will sag. So what? You're making a human being and it comes with a price. So even before getting down to the action to make this human being, count the cost. You have to share your body with this child. He needs to breastfeed everywhere that he wants, especially when they are still very, tender at the infant stage. You go to the hospital, you go to a public space, the baby wants to breastfeed, especially babies who do not take bottles. Like my son, Abiola totally refused bottles till about 6 months when he returned to bottles. He did not want bottles. He just wanted to breastfeed. The only way he could take formula at a particular time was through a spoon. So if I go to a place and I didn't carry his formula, I do not carry his formula, and he wants to breastfeed in a public space, who cares? I take out my breast in a comfortable space. I look for a corner that's comfortable and I breastfeed my child. So you must be ready to share your body with him. And sometimes when you give birth in the hospital, doctors tell you need to do skin to skin, what's it called? There's a skin to skin moment that you need to have with your child. Lay naked on the bed and let your child be naked. Let them lie on your chest and do skin to skin. It's powerful. It helps it promotes bonding for mother and child, and it communicates your love, your heartbeats to your child. One of the things I did a lot for Abiola was skin to skin, especially when he had colic. At that colic stage, he'll be crying restlessly and you need to rest. So I'll just undress him, I'll lay on the bed and just put him on my chest, and the guy will be so calm and relaxed and he'll just fall asleep. That used to be his favorite position to sleep, especially at night. So you have to be ready to share your space. I know some people who are so orderly. It's good to be orderly, have your house always arranged, no disorder. But when you start having children, especially at the toddler stage, when they become so active and they are discovering places and discovering their legs and hands, all of that, be ready to share that space. Your home will be scattered some days. You will not be so orderly like you used to be, like a single woman without a child. But once a child comes into the picture, please don't be so careful to have your home always, in order. I'm not saying that you should have a disorder home, no, but these children sometimes, they need to experiment. And you cannot say this jar or this flower vase must stand at this particular position. If not, you will not give them room to explore. Except you have a very large or vast yard that you have dedicated a certain portion of the house for the child to experiment. But if you have a single living room like I do, I have just a living room where I have my section for the dining section and there's a section for sitting. What can you do? This child needs to experiment. So I was just really like, okay, fine. experiment. I'm sharing this house with you at this stage of your life. A time is coming when you are going to be the one putting things in order. Okay? So you will equally have to share your money. Of course, you will make money and you have to share it with this child, because come to think of it, he didn't ask to be born. You did the act to bring him to this world. So you have to share your resources with him. Your money, if you have money, the child has needs, you need to meet those needs. You have resources. Sometimes you will even go hungry so that they can have food. You need to share your ideas, your brain, your wisdom for them to grow up to be the human beings that you'll be proud of tomorrow. This is what motherhood is teaching me, and many other things. I hope that I continue to share such content with you. I will definitely do. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this video and what motherhood is teaching you. If you're a single father or a father, you can tell me what fatherhood is teaching you equally. I hope my husband will equally have time to do this video for the fathers so we can have a balance, equation. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to this channel and share this video. I love you.